On this ride, went with Will, who has a channel, Wis Blast, and he was on his new to him at the time, KLR. Not sure what year. I know it's the newer generation. I'll link his channel in the description so you guys can go check him out. So we had headed up to north central Wisconsin to Harrison Hills to see what kind of trails we could find.
Sure.
It was a beautiful day. Spent quite a bit of time up there running around. And most of this day I was struggling with the sand. Started off with some pretty good roads, but got sandier and sandier as we went. And my back tire was near bald. It looked like it had tread, but it was in desperate need of replacement at the time.
Sure.
And that 17-inch front tire as well, and my lack of skill or confidence in the sand didn't help matters at all.
I don't know, these little side roads look interesting. I wonder if they go anywhere. Well, that's kind of the stuff that I've found for the most part. You know, I have a couple other videos that I've posted, or I haven't posted, I should say, but I've started editing. It's one of those things. The other day I was looking at how many I actually have posted, and I really thought that I had a whole lot more posted than I did. And then I look back into my folders and I've got like, I don't know, 12 projects that I've started and never finished. And I'm like, oh, I could have swore I had those posted. All right. But there's a couple here in Wisconsin that I've started to do. And some of them, I was one of those, I thought it'd be fun and then kind of lost interest in the joke, you know, or whatever. Kind of like the sticker thing, you know. I wanted to do that almost right after Jeff CDS got his. And then it took me a month before I, you know, got the sticker made, because I had to order the vinyls. And all right, next time I see one of those roads, I'm just gonna take it. But yeah, so by the time I actually ordered the vinyls and got it printed and then got them on the bike and tried going out and finding dirt, because I wanted to have it, you know, somewhat rustic and not just in the middle of, you know, a farm paved road or something. It was like a month, and I really thought that was just a pullout. I thought that it was starting to get kind of late, you know, and almost didn't do it, but yeah, I like dirt roads. It's one of those catch-22s with this bike though, because it's just a little bit, oh, this dead ends right here. This is it. It's a lot wider of a bike than the 250s, that's for sure. And then weighs, shoot, this thing probably weighs almost 200 pounds more than that orange bike did. I think I'm just gonna have to do that too. Yeah, so I'm by no means a great rider, but I definitely have less confidence on this bike in the dirt than I do on the little 250s. Looks like this might be it. What's it say? ATVs, winding trail ATVs. I don't know if we're allowed on them or not. Some of the internet said that you were allowed if you were a licensed motorcycle, you know, street legal, and some said that you couldn't.
So we ended up deciding to pass on this trail and continued on.
That's one of the videos that I want to post. That I was out just trying to explore in the Kettle Moraines, and I come across an ATV trail. It said ATV and snowmobile. Maybe. A lot of the other stuff says no motorized traffic type thing, you know, hiking and horseback only. So I'm like, hey, it says ATVs, I'm gonna go for it. And I go down it a little ways and I just start having like this gut feeling. And so I turn around and there ended up being people there this time where I had entered. And they're looking at me really weird, and I go up to the guy and I'm like, hey, are motorcycles allowed on this trail? And the guy starts laughing. He's like, no. And I'm like, oh, I just moved here. And he goes, he's like, yeah, you just lucked out because the sheriff literally just passed by. He just missed you by seconds. And it's like an $800 fine if they catch you on these things. Oh, another dead end. I have a feeling that's what a lot of this stuff's going to be. I should have gone the other direction. Yeah, go ahead behind me. See, this type of stuff is what I'm more used to. Fairly hard pack. It's got some rocks and ruts, but you go around it and you're doing all right. So this is my kind of terrain, not the sand or mud. And this is where I, for the most part, I do okay on this bike. This is what I bought this bike for. Like I said, highway use, getting to these types of trails here. But then, yeah, you get into the more technical, tighter, slower stuff or the sand, and I just start puckering. I don't know what we got here. ATV and snowmobile route. Yep. And it crosses right too. Oh, let's go for it. This stuff looks like it should be softer than it is. Thanks. Yeah, I kicked it on to give you a heads up. That's a problem. Oh, you know, that orange bike was that way. I don't know how many times in spirited riding, especially. I'd first, think I had third. Whoa, oh shit, holy crap. That was, I was giving it way too much steering correction for that, I'm sure, but. But yeah, all of a sudden you'd find neutral when you didn't want it on that orange bike. More deep sand. Oh, jeez. Yeah. I thought I was going to drop that. I really did. Come on. Bald tire and sand do not mix. You get going? All right, yep. Oh, shit. Yeah, I suck at the sand. Another dead end camping spot. Oh, boat launch. Yeah, there is. not a bad spot right here. You could easily set up camp somewhere over there if they allow it, and have your boat launch for.
As you can see, I was having trouble with that sand all day, and I really appreciate Will's patience with me on that.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh. Come on, Nick. If you want to take the lead on that stuff, you go ahead. I don't want to be slowing you down on keeping your momentum through it. Yeah. Well, my front isn't too bad, but I can't decide. Oh, man, my front just keeps pulling. I'm sure it is. Yeah. Well, sometimes I'm hitting the brakes, so I'm going into the sand, which I know that just makes you bog down even more, but